UN official warns against further escalation amid attacks in Yemen, Israel and the Red Sea. The Middle East is on the brink of chaos, with escalating attacks in Yemen, Israel, and the Red Sea threatening regional stability. UN Assistant Secretary-General Khaled Kiari warns that further military escalation could have devastating political, security, economic, and humanitarian consequences. The Houthi rebels have increased their attacks, targeting Israel and vessels in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. Since December 13, the Houthis have claimed at least 11 attacks on Israel using ballistic missiles and uncrewed aerial vehicles. In response, Israel conducted airstrikes on December 19, targeting energy and port infrastructure in Houthi-controlled areas. These airstrikes resulted in the deaths of 9 civilians and significant damage to Red Sea ports, reducing their capacity. On December 20, a missile warhead damaged an elementary school in Ramat Gan, Israel, and another missile injured 16 civilians in Jaffa the following day. The Israeli Defense Forces targeted Sana'a International Airport and other critical infrastructure on December 26, causing further casualties and damage. The UN is deeply concerned about the disruption to vital humanitarian operations, with millions in Yemen in need of life-saving assistance. A high-level UN delegation, including the WHO Director General, narrowly escaped harm during the December 26 airstrikes. The UN continues to call for the immediate and unconditional release of all personnel detained by the Houthis. The United States condemns the Houthi attacks and supports Israel's right to self-defense, emphasizing the need for coordinated military operations. The US has conducted military operations targeting Houthi infrastructure in response to the group's maritime attacks. The United Kingdom asserts that there is no justification for the Houthi attacks, which exacerbate the humanitarian crisis in Yemen. Russia condemns the Houthi missile attacks but also criticizes the disproportionate response from Israel, calling for de-escalation. Israeli Ambassador Danny Danon shares the emotional impact of the attacks, recalling a missile strike on his childhood school in Ramat Gan. Danon emphasizes that the Houthis have launched nearly 300 unprovoked attacks on Israeli civilians over the past year. The Houthis' actions are driven by radical hatred of the events in Gaza, targeting Israel despite the lack of direct conflict between the two nations. The UN appeals to all parties to respect international law and protect civilians and humanitarian workers. The situation remains tense, with the international community calling for an end to the violence and a return to peace. The future of the Middle East hangs in the balance, with the hope that comprehensive efforts will bring sustainable peace and stability to the region. Subscribe, share and comment for more up-to-date regional politics and analysis.